Right, I want to talk about the climate legislation, which is on its way through to the Senate. We must pass a law that's meaningless because they've already signed 43% by 2030, as we've talked about, and one of the few shows that are willing to do it, but that's truth to power, ladies and gentlemen, which is that it's not just about power, it's about agriculture, it's about transport, it's about a lot of different things that are going to dramatically be forced to change. Remember the farting and burping tax for cows right now in New Zealand? Well, what's coming here? Of course, right now, Adam Bandt is the one who claims that even 43% is not enough and there should be no more new coal and gas, as I'm sure he's very warm in his house in either Canberra or Melbourne.
There has been some shifts that have been made, but you're right. Like the government is making it very clear that they want more coal and gas, and that's I've got to say that's really disappointing. And I think it's ultimately a position that's untenable. And whether the government changes its mind this week, or whether it changes its mind over the coming 3 years, perhaps remains to be seen.
Turning the switch off quickly does imperil jobs and economic prosperity for the country. So we've got to get the balance right.
Now, of course, Barnaby, 43%, and you railed against all of this, and that's why 2030 was more important than 2050, and I completely stand with you to this moment about all of that, right? Again, for everyone watching us, what does 43% emissions, a 43% cut to 1% of the world's CO2 problem, actually mean in practical terms to Australians in the next 7.5 years?
Well, let's go do it in two parts. What it'll do to the climate is absolutely nothing, right? It'll have no effect. It is a form of virtue signalling,
piddling in the wind.
What it'll do to your economy is something entirely different. If you have to if you legislate, it becomes law. Therefore, people can say you can't open that coal mine, you can't build that road, you can't. For farmers, they say, oh, we're not quite getting there, and we've passed this law, so let's start looking at your methane emissions. And what it means for you, the listeners, is more important. It means that you pay, right? It comes out of your wallet. There's no trick to this. There's no trick. When you pay a power bill, you pay for it. When you pay for your fuel, you pay for it. When you pay for your groceries, you pay for it. You pay, but here's the big hit. Somebody's getting your money.
Correct.